Hi everyone, in here Arta and welcome to my channel. I just want to know how you want you show you how you can make this slippery socks, or as a name for this socks, it's a tube socks. It's because it's tubes. It just kind of like goes all straight in without a heel. So this one it's like adult one it's kind of like it goes like 16 and more inches. It's or 41 more or more centimeters. I started with that child sock. It will be this one. It's in here. It's like 14 inches or 36 centimeters. So I will show you how you can do it like with this one. Just get you ready your hook, your scissors, and tapestry needle or darning, like for weaving in your ends. So this one yarn, particularly for this project, I use Aran yarn or worsted yarn, and set its kind of hook. It will be 5 millimeter. That is for me in here, yes. So it just kind of like it's thicker this one, because yarn it's actually it's recommends. So I starting with magic ring. Magic ring, you just kind of put working that the tail, put it in the right hand, and the left hand you are just kind of like where the working yarn it goes over the finger. You just wrap once, so it just kind of tail goes forward towards you, and working yarn it goes under that over there. Take a hook. It's just kind of two like two like strings out over. Take a yarn, pull through like that, and make a slip knot. Okay, that you end up, and it's kind of your loop and that tail up here. So make chain, two more chains. So it just kind of like it's it will be for you, will be count as a first stitch of double crochet, or in UK it will be treble. So I need 12 12 stitches in a ring. So you have already chain of two, or like you can say chain of three. It counts for you as a first stitch. So I need make 11 more. So 11 double crochet, yarn over hook, pull through yarn, so you have three loops on a hook. Pull through two, pull through two. US that it's double crochet, and UK it counts as treble crochet. So altogether you need to make 11 double crochet in US, or 11 treble crochet in UK. So first stitch that a chain, first chain, like you have a slip stitch and chain of two. It counts as your first stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I need two more. So just make sure that the tail and that loop you are keeping together. Okay. So now you have a 11 double crochet and a chain. And take the tail and pull it. So it just kind of you're put all together nice and tidy, yes? And making a slip stitch on the top, like so it just kind of that slip stitch it's in the first, second, and third. So in the third loop I try to put in the middle, yes, and then on the back it just first loop it's kind of I leave it alone, and then last two loops I making a slip stitch. So you end up like that. So as you have in here, in the magic ring, you have a 12 double crochet. In the next round, I make chain of 3, 1, 2, 3. That will be count as my double crochet. It's in US, or treble crochet in UK. That is count, yes. So now you are increasing. So I'm not increasing in this one, but I'm in here. Where is that your double crochet post, and you have that loop in here, so you put in here. So is this one, it kind of looks like a destroyed V-stitch, but when you crochet in, so it will be like this one here. Okay, so you're making two double crochets in that stitch, or UK it will be treble. Now it's single with double crochet, one double crochet on the top of that. Now you're increasing, double crochet, increase, two double crochet in one stitch. US will be double crochet, and UK it will be treble. Then in the next stitch it's just only one inside. Now increase, will be two double crochet in one stitch, or in UK it will be treble. In next stitch it's only one double crochet in US, and UK it will be treble. In next one it's increase, that it means two double crochet in one stitch, UK it will be treble. Next stitch it will be one. In the following it will be increase, it will be two in one stitch. Next one it will be just only one. Now next one it's it will be kind of last of your round. Sorry, it just kind of looks like you have two stitches left, but it's not, it's just only one stitch left, as this one, double crochet, US, treble crochet in UK, and that's V stitch on the top. This one in here, where you made a slip stitch, that belongs to your chain of 3, where you kind of made a slip stitch. That belongs to that one. So that this one is already on the top. You already have a chain of 3. So you just kind of pay attention of that, because when you are not paying attention to that, you cannot end up with too much increase your stitches, and you end up with not with the sock but with the hat. So sorry, in on the top of chain of 3 you're making slip stitch. So I'm doing that, you have a first started loop, you weave it, and you are just only make that first, you weave it, and you making on a that in the back, making through those ones, making slip stitch. So chain of 3, next round goes. So altogether you have in here now 18 stitches, yes. So it's in here like no chain, that's a chain. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 stitches around. On the next round you need 24 stitches. So you making a chain of 3, that will be counts for you as a first double crochet, or in US and UK it will be treble. In the next one, next stitch, you increasing, so it means in one space you have 2 double crochet US, or UK it will be treble, and then in the next 2 will be 1 in each double crochet. So it will be kind of like increase, in one stitch, and then next stitch 2, it will be just only one inside us. Increase. Increase, it means that it's in one stitch you have a 2 double crochet US, or 2 treble. In UK it will be 1, and then 2 double crochet in next 2 stitches. Okay, next 2. Increase, that it means in one stitch you have a 2 double crochet, or UK it will be double treble crochet, and 2 single ones. Increase, it's 2 double crochet in one space, or UK it will be treble, and then 2 double crochet. Increase, it's 2 double crochet in one stitch, and then it's 2 double crochet, 1 and 2. So now increase, it's 2 double crochet in one space, UK it's treble. So you have left 1 stitch. Remember, this 1 chain of 3, it counts as your double crochet. So you have now in here 2 double crochet, and now you're connecting. Just kind of pay attention, because sometimes when you crochet this one in here, it's you kind of like putting extra stitch. So just kind of pay attention not to put extra stitch, otherwise you end up with a hat, not with a sock. So on the top of your chain of 3 you're making slip stitch. So I'm just kind of putting that slip stitch on the top of, like, not like in the V stitch, but on the last 2 loops. So for front loop, it actually stays in the front, so you're just only doing back loops. So now that it will be enough for child. For adult, you would need 36 stitches. So that it means, so you increasing, so it's you have in one you have 2 double crochets US, or 2 treble crochet in UK in one stitch, and then you're going 3 double crochet in next 3 stitches, so each one, yes, and then increase 3 increase, it's in one stitch you have 2 double crochet in US, or 2 treble crochet in UK. That will be increase like that in here, and then it's 3 stitches in between. Okay, so next round it will be chain of 3. That will be counts for you as your first chain of it will be counts as a first double crochet. In the next one, you see, that is your double crochet. On the top you have a V stitch, and V stitch is kind of looks like with a tail, like with a tail. So don't put up here, yes, but put on the top, right top, in this one in here, because this one in here it's already gone with a chain of 3, because you made a slip stitch and you gone chain of 3. So don't put in that, like, you end up with extra stitch, and then it will be end up like a hat, but we want a sock, so it just kind of we want a straight, so we are putting right in here, so on the top of that double crochet, and always it's all double crochets because it goes, so it just double crochet it's in US, treble crochet it's in UK. So I will do this round with you. Okay, so if you want, you see you have a tail in here. If you want, you can wean in the tail now. Okay, if you want, like as brave, because when you are end up like end, so it just at the end you really don't want turn inside out the work and pull your that tails inside, so you can go zigzag, so it's nice and tight, yes. And you can kind of like you just kind of when you are weeding, so you can it's done, so you don't need to coming back again, so you just kind of can keep going, so it just kind of all double crochet. It's in US, UK it will be treble crochet, okay, just kind of. And when you're coming towards to your end, just remember not to make that extra stitch, because when you're making extra stitch, that you'll end up like with a hat, and that is why it's kind of time to time just a count how many stitches you have. So for example, I have a child's uh, for a child, so I have just only 24 stitches, so it just kind of like 24 stitches to be kind of in the beginning in here, and it will be same 24 stitches in here as well. For adult it will be 30, so it just kind of like a lot people actually kind of like kind of messed up in here, so it just kind of a lot people end up with extra stitch in here, okay, so just kind of pay attention. So this one, it's already slip stitch, and you have on the top chain 3, okay, so just kind of pay attention on this one, okay. So your last stitch in here, it's right in here, okay, so don't put, you just only need one in here, okay, not in here, because this one you already have on the top of this one, you have a chain of 3 in here, so that is your already like as a double crochet, as a like your chain. So you are just kind of wondering, so, oh, why I'm not making this one like like a 2 loops on the top and not making like that way, because a lot, yes, you can do it that one, but then I will show you, I did another project, you kind of end up with a kind of holes in here, this one, it's my son already wore the sock, so it's just kind of, you have end up with a, you see it's in here, you can see the better in here, you kind of chain, and you kind of, when you're doing in that V stitch, you kind of end up with a kind of little bit more space. So to close the space, that's why I actually doing in that front loop, it stays in the front of me, and I'm just only back 2 loops. Just make sure you don't make just only 1 loop, just make sure you're picking up 2 loops and crochet through 2 loops, okay, and then you're making chain of 3 next row, and remember, don't put in here, it will be end up with an extra stitch, just because remember this one is chain space, like it's as a double crochet make, so making in the next one in here, you see where's a double crochet in here, treble crochet it's in UK, double crochet in UK, that a post you have, and you making up here, okay, and that way you can work all the way around that, how long you want that one, like your that your sock, as your sock it's, so meet you, we will finish like that, when your sockets will be like as length you are finished. So I'm end up like my sockets already at the end, so it's like kind of like just remember like when you're doing, so I have one more stitch to do, yes. For some people it might mean like, oh my god, I need make 2 more stitch. No, it's because this one You see in here that slip stitch what we are doing in a previous row, it's gone up with a chain of 3. This slip stitch, it's already used, so you have just only one left. Okay, hopefully you have been keeping doing like that, so you kind of like know and end up with a nice long like sock. And then you're making slip stitch on the top, and my work it's kind of finished, so I will, my yarn already cut, so I pull my yarn through, just trying to cut a little bit smaller, kind of easier for me to wean in my ends. So pulling through yarn, it just kind of nicely, just you can go like this way, it just nice finish. And then making like a zig, I will go down in here a little bit, roll neck down, and I will be go for front, forward, back, just kind of making zigzag things. The more zigzag you're making, I will be like I try to do like 3 times. That is kind of like it's really kind of makes your secure. Just don't when you wean, don't make too tight, because otherwise you will be kind of end up like really like, oh my god, like no, it's kind of hard to just kind of like no. And that is my socks, so it's in here, like no, you see it's in this sock, it's your end up like kind of like goes in sideways. I when you're making it straight, I just kind of like try to put this one in here, straight in here, and tapping in here, so it just kind of like your line, it just kind of end up nice and straight, you see, that's how it's my work end up in here. So hope you like it.